Welcome to Learning to Crochet in Under 10 Minutes. For those of you who are new, my name is Sophie and I post all things crochet. Whether you are a beginner, intermediate, advanced, there's a little something for everyone. Today we are going to be looking at Solomon's knot. I absolutely love this stitch. It is beautiful and it can be incorporated into so many different projects. I would consider this stitch a little bit of an intermediate stitch, but once you get it down, it is definitely super quick and easy, but it is a little bit past beginner. Now, before I get too far into this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more crocheting content. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. You can use any type of yarn, any size hook for this. I am going to be using a 6mm hook. I tend to use one size bigger just because I crochet really tight, and I am using medium weight, so a 4 acrylic yarn. So we are going to be starting with a slip knot. I pinch it in between my fingers, go around and pull through just like that. And then we are going to chain 24 for this stitch. For future reference, when using Solomon's knot, you like to work in multiples of 4 just because it works best with the stitch to make it all even. So we're going to chain 24. Okay, here is our chain of 24. Now we are going to add 2 chains onto the end for a turning chain because we are going to work back down this chain. So 26. So you're going to end up chaining 26. Now when we work back down, we are going to skip this very first chain. So we're going to go into the second chain from the hook. So once you work all the way back down, you will end up with 25 instead of 24. Now, if you wanted to just go for it, you can start Solomon's knot stitch right after your chain row. I find that it's better to make a foundation base just so you can see your stitches easier and the stitches don't get stretched out from the chain. So let's work back down this chain. We're going to skip that very first stitch. We're going to go into the second stitch with a single crochet. So see, there is our very first single crochet, and we are going to work all the way down this chain with single crochets. So I will do a couple more for you guys so we can just get kind of a rhythm. So there's 3 single crochets on there, and I will meet you guys back at the very end of this row. All right, we have now made it to the end of the row. This is what it should be looking like so far. And this is where the fun stuff comes in. So we are going to chain 1 and turn our work. So now we're going to work down this way. Okay, so now that we've chained 1, we are going to go into this very first stitch right here with a single crochet. Single crochet. Okay. Now that we have our single crochet, this is a little bit of the tricky part, but we're going to make 2 extended chains in this same stitch, and in each one we are going to have a single crochet in the back loop. So I'm going to try to show you guys this to the best of my ability. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to pull this loop up. I just kind of roughly eyeball it about that far. You're going to pull it up and you're going to chain. So see, there's our chain. So this back loop right here, see this loop right here? This is where we're gonna be putting our single crochet. So if I turn it around, it's this side loop. It's always gonna be the one that is on your left side. So we are going to stick our hook through that side loop and we're going to single crochet. So this is what our first stitch should look like. And now we're gonna do it again, right on top of that. So we're gonna pull this up just a little bit and we're going to chain through it. So then we have our chain, just like that, and this back loop right here in the back. When you're looking at it face on, it is, like I said, always going to be on the left. So we're going to stick our hook back through, pull through for our single crochet, and there you have it. And there is our first arch. So for this row, we are going to be making arches all the way down until you get to the very, very last stitch. Solomon's knot is just a repetition of 2 rows back and forth. So now that we have this done, we are going to skip 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and we are going to single crochet into that 4th stitch, just like that, and it'll look something like this. You're gonna have little loops that look like this, and we're just gonna repeat that process all the way down. So I'm gonna show you guys one more time how this looks. So now that we've single crocheted in that stitch, we're going to pull our loop up, and we are going to chain. There's our chain, and here's that little back loop right here, and we are going to single crochet into that back loop, just like that. Pull it through. There's our first knot. We're gonna pull it up again, just like that. Single chain, and then single crochet into the back loop. And there is our next one. We will skip 3 stitches again. 1, 2, 3. Here's our 4th stitch, and we are going to single crochet into that stitch. So these are what our little loops will be looking like. I am going to complete the rest of this row until I get to this very, very last stitch, and I will meet you guys back. Okay, we are now on our last arch of this row, so we're going to repeat the process, and we are going to do the extended chain, single crochet into that back loop, another extended chain, single crochet into the back loop, and then we are going to attach it to this corner right here with another single crochet. So this is your first row of Solomon's knot. This is your first row, and now for the second row. So second row, you are going to start with a chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are going to extend that 4th chain, and we're going to make a half arc. So you're going to make the extended chain, single crochet in the back loop, just like that. So you see how there's that half knot, and we are going to go into the middle of this stitch. So it's always going to be the middle of the arcs that you attach to with a single crochet. And now this row is the only row, so it's your second row that's always going to have that chain 4 and the half arcs on each side. Your first rows, because you're going to alternate, your first rows are always going to start with the chain 1, and they're going to end with the single crochet in the last stitch. So let me show you guys again. So we're going to pull this up. Now we're doing full arcs. Remember, we're doing full ones. So extended chain, single crochet in the back loop, pull up, extended chain, single crochet in the back loop, and then we are always going to attach, so here you look at it, to this middle stitch, always the middle stitch. So attach with a single crochet, and that's all there is to this row. I will meet you guys back at the end of this row because attaching to this corner is a little bit different than in our first row. Okay, so we're now on our last stitch. We're going to attach to this middle piece the single crochet, and again we are going to just do a half arc here. So this is the one extended chain with the single crochet in the back instead of 2. This is just 1, and then we are going to attach to this little corner stitch right here with a treble crochet. And this is what it should look like. The Solomon's knot is really just alternating those 2 rows. I will put in right here instructions so you guys can pause to see how to alternate, but that's really all it is. I hope you guys found this helpful and enjoyed this video. If you liked this one, check out my other tutorials, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!